Hey, what's up, guys? What is today? Is it Wednesday? Are we already halfway through the week? Let's go. Good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in, spending your Wednesday afternoon with me here on another 4 p.m. broadcast. Jump in the chat wherever you're watching so I can say hi, and then we'll keep officially start the show at the top of the 4 o'clock hour over on D Live. I see Silebor and Lucy Anders, Lena Vincent. What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day to all you over there in the mosh pit. Shout out to all of you watching on Rumble as well. Please do me a solid, hit that thumbs up button over there. And I see Esther G13 tuning in, and Joe Elaine as well, modding the chat. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. Shout out to Twitter, YouTube, Cloud Hub, Odyssey, and all those other platforms. Appreciate you guys tuning in over there. And of course, we are in the comfy bunker on pill.net, the exclusive home of the 5 o'clock hour, and the best place to tune in and watch a show, the only true free speech live streaming service going right now. So let's see who's all hanging out with us in the bunker on this Wednesday afternoon, this Valentine's Day installment of Deplorable Discussions. Let's see. Delia says, happy 112th birthday, Arizona Beachity and Homesteader. Yeah, happy birthday to the state of Arizona, and it's great to see you out there, Delia. Happy Wednesday, Lightspear Lance. Good to see you. There is Floyd Due Diligence, not far behind as usual. What's up, buddy? Joe Elaine, keeping the comfy bunker super comfy. Again, Joe, thank you for all you do, and I'm glad that you're back from your your operation there and back with us here in the chat. We missed you. Patriot 714. Good to see you as well. We got General Buford out there. Esther G13, double dipping. Love to see it. Good to see you, Esther. Wisconsin, how are you today? Facts Not Fear in the house as well. Good to see our Harold out there. Fazik, welcome. Welcome, you guys. Let's see. Barb Robbins in the house. What's up, Barb? Good to see you. Norm, Hang 10, Alien Surfer. We got Mama Patriot 79. Trump Red Pill and Gilligan's out there. Shout out to Don Ritchie. There's Kim Iowa bringing the heat. Love to see it. Good afternoon, Mr. Gerardo. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Eagle Freedom in the house. What's up, Eagle Freedom? Hope you're doing well. McKinnon 88. Great to see you, my friend. Space Cookie, welcome. Welcome. Let's see. The Gray Man has arrived. Yes, he has. What's up, Dreadquarter? Says, hope you don't mind me being a smartass. Love you, bro. I don't care. You guys can be smartasses all you want. Just don't be too disappointed if I'm a bit of a smartass myself in return. Range Pony, what's up, Range Pony? How are you? And thank you for the can, Dreadquarters. I appreciate the support. Thumper Rose out there, Jenker 2, Dave 75. Great to see all you guys out there. Welcome. Let's see. Kane Chris in the house. Sergeant Peterson is here. What's up, man? Cali Patriot 14. Welcome. General Buford. What's up, Buford? Mad Joker in the house. What's up, bud? 315 Russ says happy hump day, you all you awesome patriots. Thanks for the phone, Russ. Appreciate that. Awesome top 10 yesterday, too. That was fucking funny. Those of you guys that missed it, you got to go watch the replay. The end of yesterday's show, he came in the last 15 minutes or so of the broadcast and did an absolutely hilarious top 10. So go check that out. What's up, Patriot Game? Eric Chenault, welcome, guys. The Steel Monkey in the house. Chops ITMC. Biatch, great to see you all out there. Animal Behavior checking in. How you doing today, Animal? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. We got Scott, Woke Societies. Good to see you, Scott. Scott was on the show Monday. We had a fun time. Hope all is well, brother. Eric Chenault out there as well. We got Always in Texas and Dangleberry. What's up, bud? CK Whitehorse 180. Idaho Patriot. Good to see you. Who else? Kaiman. What's up, Kaiman? Checking in from South Africa. Love seeing our Patriots abroad tuning in. Shout out to all of our Patriots abroad. DX in the house. What's up, DX? Outlaw Woman Welcome. We got Shane RQ out there as well. Aurelius Locke, Patriot drummer, Shovelhead. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Brewbark in the house. Dale Bercier checking in. Lori P. Good to see you as well. Treasure Life and Mix Picks. What's up? Let's see. Got my hernia surgery in the morning, so that should be fun. Well, I hope it goes as smoothly as possible, Mix Picks, and you have a quick, painless recovery. Dale Bercier checking in from North Dakota. What's up, my friend? Crockett Man 62. Good to see you. Facts Not Fear. Welcome. Nezercat representing Wyoming in the house. What's up? Good to see you, Nezercat. PNW Sasquatch. How are you, sir? Let's see. Tomcat, New Jersey says, hi, 412. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Welcome back, Joe Lane. You were missed, and it's great you're back. Right on. Absolutely. There's Severe going to be kicking it with us here in the on the panel today. I see you in the waiting room, Severe. Looking forward to that for my friend. Who else? Treasure Life out there as well. Agent Feisty Mango. What's going on? Good to see you. Flawless in USA. Welcome. Lippy 430. Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in, hanging out with us on this Wednesday installment of Deplorable Discussions. There's Laura Y repping the 412. Let's go, Laura. Canada A, good to see you. And we got UFO Pirate chilling over on Rumble as well. One quick look at the mosh pit. Starwalker 77. What's up, my friend? Good to see you over there as well. Q-Boys, Biden sucks stuff. Good to see you all hanging out. Mama Bear Patriot in the house as well. All right. I think we get this show started. I think that's what happens next, right? Speaking of Severe, enjoy this fire he made for the show. We'll be right back.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. Be addicted, the MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all, I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall, we're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production, Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adol Hero is the power that's controlling the flight. With all you patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they're confined. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight, but I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sites? These people hate America and punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replacing with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only incentivized to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful. useful, then you're gone. But not us, we're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Adol Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adol Nero.
All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for being here for another installment of Deplorable Discussions. My name is Adol Nero. It is February 14th, 2024. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon so far. With me today, I've got my OG TN Homesteader and Severe Anon, both riding shotgun. Severe, I appreciate you shifting from Monday to Wednesday this week.
Absolutely.
Make room for our guests. I appreciate that, man. How's your week going so far?
So far so good. It's going quickly, actually. It doesn't feel like Wednesday already. Week's flying by, actually. I think it's all the garbage that they're pulling out there, man. There's a lot of stuff happening, man. It's crazy. But yeah, everything's going good, man. It's good to see everyone out there in the chat as well, man. Much love.
Yeah, right on. You've been doing these cooking shows lately, man. How have those been going? You been having fun with those?
Oh yeah, it's starting to pick up steam. A lot of people are starting to tap in and know that I am doing them now. I think we're 14 episodes in at this point. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, man. The fam out there is super supportive, so we're gonna keep that thing going. Starting in March. It'll be a subscriber only perk because I got to give something back to the peeps out there that subscribe and support the channel. So yeah, but for now, they're open to the public for anyone.
When do you normally do this? Are they every Tuesday or are they different times?
Yeah, I don't really have a set schedule with it. I am gonna try to set one up, but they are normally at 6 o'clock these days on the East Coast. So I would suggest that everyone out there follow your boy on Pilled. They will be Pilled exclusives when I do them. So yeah, give your boy a follow, subscribe to the channel, throw the alerts on, and yeah, you guys will be in the know. As soon as I post, you'll get a notification, and we'll get it popping, man. It's fun. It really is a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, right on. Agent Feisty Mango says, "Oh my God, he's making me drool with them." Yeah, those of you that don't know, he's a badass on the mic. I would even go as far as say he might be more of a badass in the kitchen, man. The dude can cook. Like I've seen pictures, many pictures of some of his dishes, and oh shit, man, I would eat at that restaurant any day of the fucking week. So
appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
that was my Matrix job for a long time, man. So yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate that, man. What's up to everyone out there?
Of course, yeah, guys, go give him a follow and check out one of these cooking streams for sure. And he goes live Monday through Saturday, Sunday. What is it like? It's like every day.
Every day.
11 a.m. and what, 10 p.m., right?
11 a.m. Pretty much the whole week through. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna start doing 11. 11 Monday through Friday. Saturday is 12 p.m. And then I have your amazing fam coming in and hanging out with us after, which is awesome. And Sunday is my one like half day off, but every night 9 o'clock I change my starting time to 9 p.m. So yeah, check us out, man, for real. It's been hard trying to get traction back, man. I don't know what's been going on. It's been wild out there. But it would be excellent to see y'all in the place to be, man. Come show you boys some love, man. I miss a lot of peeps out there.
Yeah, man. Severe is a culture warrior, and you need to show him that support. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, let's say hi to TN Homesteader. TN, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
it's a Wednesday.
Sure.
Lovely weather today, though. Warm.
Yeah, getting some stuff done on the homestead.
Yeah, well, I had to do some shopping today.
Okay.
I had to take out a loan.
Take out a loan?
Yeah, to go shopping.
Thanks a lot, Biden.
To go grocery shopping. Yeah, exactly. Dang. I mean, $150 and the cart's not full.
No, it's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
$100 gets you absolutely nowhere in
Nothing.
the
Yeah, exactly.
anywhere. Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, but you know, it's the stuff that I can't grow.
Yeah.
or
Oh, you got
raised, rather. But
right. Well, you
I
got to
mean,
do
I
what
don't
you got
buy
to
any
do.
meats from grocery store or anything. I get it from my, from the ranchers around here. Um, but, excuse me, milk, dairy products, that kind of stuff. You're kind of stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been going to this. There's a place called Mecca. It's like a halal butcher near my house. I've been going for my meat. It's actually been really, really good. Um, but yeah, I hear that, man. The grocery store sucks. All right, well, let's go take care of our sponsors and then or our sponsor, I should say. I think we only have one today, and then we'll jump into some of the news and conversation. Not sure if Pinata is going to be able to join us or not, but if he does, we'll welcome him in when he gets here. Thank you, Sean Joe, for the cookie. Appreciate that, man. All right, first sponsor and only sponsor today is Earth Garden Botanicals. Of course, you guys most likely know all about Earth Garden by now, but just in case you don't, Earth Garden Botanicals is run by our friend Jolene up in Montana. She's an herbalist, a health coach. Really, she's a genius. She makes amazing products at a great price. The newest one is the white pine needle extract. It's great for detoxing the body. It's a concentrate of the white pine needle tea or the sunshine and pine needle tea. If you guys have tried that, this is like a concentrated version of it. So it's really, really powerful. And then there's the CBD and hemp products. These CBD oils are absolutely phenomenal. All the ingredients for the CBD products are locally and organically grown on small Montana farms. The flavors and the taste is unbelievable. The orange ginger bergamot, huckleberry, those are my two favorite personally, but I really enjoy the unflavored peppermint. It's very good as well. There's cherry and cinnamon bliss. There's something for everybody with the CBD oil tinctures. So go check those out. The CBD oil for pets is great. The R&R Delta 8 nighttime gummies is really good to help you get a good night's sleep. And then the Arnica salve, it's a topical cream to help with your sore joints and muscles. You can get that with or without CBD infused into it. Another really great product there. So once we get past the CBD stuff, we have things like elderberry tonic, really good for boosting the immune system. If you feel a cold coming on, not feeling quite right, elderberry tonic could really kind of be a game changer in how quickly you bounce back. Fire cider is great for clearing your sinuses. If you're feeling stuffed up, having trouble breathing, this stuff will open you right up. And then there's teas, 4 different teas: elderberry tea, golden potion tea, serenity, and then the aforementioned sunshine and pine needle tea. They are all very tasty. They all do a little something different. They all serve a slightly different purpose. So if you are a tea drinker, I recommend you go and give these a try. And then I always do a little shout out to the critter juice as well, because the critter juice has made a huge difference in my life. I get absolutely eaten alive by mosquitoes. I don't know what it is about me, but they just find me. They absolutely destroy me when the weather's nice around here. So this stuff has been, like I said, a game changer. When I spray it on, not only does it smell good and not leave me feeling oily and gross, but it also is extremely effective. Like, I do not get bothered by the mosquitoes or any of them, those insects, when I wear this stuff. So I've really, really grown to appreciate and love the critter juice big time. All these products are available at 10% off using promo code 412. So go to earthgardenbotanicals.com, load up your cart, use the promo code, and say hi to Jolene for us. She absolutely loves this audience, this community, this entire movement that's being built. She adores you guys. So go there and support her amazing business, earthgardenbotanicals.com. Again, that's promo code 412 for 10% off your order. So there you go. So let's start today with this talk about the National Security Act or funding bill, or whatever they're calling it. Obviously, has nothing to do with what it actually does. But Speaker Johnson shuts down bill, blasts Biden in fiery presser. Quote, a man too incapable of being held accountable for mishandling classified information is certainly unfit for the Oval Office. If you guys haven't seen this press conference, it was pretty good. I watched a good part of it earlier today. Here's a little excerpt from it talking about the bill to fund all these foreign wars.
Regarding the border, Talk about the American people not being listened to. They are crying out to the Biden administration to secure the border. This is not a Republican issue. It's an issue for every single person, and everybody knows it. We know the stories of children being poisoned by fentanyl and cities being overwhelmed by migrant surges. We know House Republicans have shown that we are listening to and holding the administration accountable for this catastrophe. We're listening to the people. We're taking action to hold Biden accountable. Last night, the House voted to approve articles of impeachment against Secretary Mayorkas. Desperate times call for desperate measures. We had to do that. He has abdicated his responsibility, he's breached the public trust, and he's disregarded the laws Congress has passed. But much more has to be done, of course, to secure the border, and what the Senate produced this week is silent on that issue. Senator McConnell and I have spoken about this in frank sessions, and let me be clear here again this morning. The Republican-led House will not be jammed or forced into passing a foreign aid bill that was opposed by most Republican senators and does nothing to secure our own border. It's time for Washington to start showing some love to Americans. On Valentine's Day, this is a good day to point this out. You need to listen to the American people and their needs and take action. And that's why House leadership will continue to govern with Americans' interests at heart. With that, I'll take.
So there you go. Mike Johnson telling Mitch McConnell, Mitt Romney, and Chuck Schumer to take their foreign aid funding bill and essentially shove it up their ass. They're not going to do it when our border is wide open. And I do applaud Mike Johnson big time. We talked about this yesterday. Thank God for Matt Gaetz removing Kevin McCarthy. I don't think that you would get the same type of resistance to these things that you're getting from Mike Johnson from Kevin McCarthy. There would have been a lot of horse trading in the background, and most likely this would have been rammed down the throats of the American people. Handcuffing, not really handcuffing Donald Trump. We talked about how there's spin on that narrative, but just making things more difficult for the incoming administration to leverage aid to go after a peace deal. So I'm happy Mike Johnson is standing firm. Now there is the idea of a discharge petition that could potentially work around Mike Johnson, outflank him, so to speak, if they're able to get, I think, 4 or 5 Republicans, maybe less now, because we just lost another seat to the Democrats, which we'll talk about a bit later. But yeah, there's the latest from that. Now, I want to throw this in here too. This is Ron Johnson speaking about how this whole situation kind of came to be. I guess this was on a Spaces last night. Take a listen to this, and then I'd like your guys' reaction to it. Here we go.
Just very simply, when we entered this thing, McConnell, his top priority was funding for Ukraine. But public opinion and the very strong political rhetoric that we ought to secure our own border before we spend $60 billion to secure Ukraine's was effective. And so McConnell finally switched and said, okay, we got to let Democrats know we're serious. We're going to defeat cloture on this bill, and we're going to demand that border security is going to be attached to funding for Ukraine. Then secret negotiations occurred on an issue that the public supports Republicans on. And we end up with this monstrosity of a bill. It's an immigration bill. It's not a border security bill. But during that time frame, we repeatedly talked about making Ukraine funding contingent on border metrics. You know, just like performance measurements in business, right? As the border was secured, you'd get $5 billion a month. I mean, we had it all laid out, had a proposal. It had a great deal of support in our conference. But what Mike pointed out is, unbeknownst to us at the time, McConnell told Langford that's not even on the table. He on his own, using his own authority, without telling the conference, even though he knew the conference supported tying border security or Ukraine funding to actually securing the border, McConnell just took that off the table. And that moment of leverage we had, where we could use Biden's desire for Ukraine funding to actually force him to use his executive authority to secure the border, has been lost. And that is why so many of us are speaking out against McConnell. It was such a breach of his leadership position, and is such a, just a horrible thing to do to Americans who want a secure border. But that's where we're at. So again, I think it has been smoked out. Now the action moves to the House.
There you go. So just in case that wasn't incredibly clear, Mitch McConnell, Mitch McConnell shot down any possibility of actually securing the border and using the leverage of Ukraine to get that done. We've seen this so many times from Republicans where they have leverage, they have legitimate leverage over the left, whether it's through the budget, the debt ceiling, whatever it is, to really kind of force their hand on different things that we want done. And they completely drop the ball. They're not drop the ball, they give it away. They refuse to use the leverage they're given. They refuse to fight. And in this situation, in a very sneaky, clandestine way, with these secret negotiations, Mitch McConnell basically pulling border security off the table, uh, to and using that to or using the Ukraine, the need to fund Ukraine as leverage. Why? Because Mitch McConnell is one of them. He's basically a Democrat. He wants the same things that Democrats do, and he's leading the Republican Party to its demise in the way he runs things in the Senate. But there you have it firsthand from Ron Johnson, guys, laying it out, the entire issue here, the uniparty scam. What are your thoughts on this? Going once, twice, anybody?
Well, it's uniparty bullshit at its finest, man, is really what it is. It just exposes how there's it's a false dichotomy. It's a false choice, man. I'm totally fine with these people being exposed for what they are and letting them burn to the ground. We need an America First movement. These people are not part of it. Whether they're on the left or the right, liberal or conservative, they're all in the same disgusting incestuous orgy, and they're all a part of it, man. You could probably name about 5 good people in the entirety of that system. Other than that, let it burn to the ground. Let these people expose themselves for what they are, man.
No, I agree. At some point, though, there needs to be some level of accountability, some kind of action to either vote these people out or get them out of office one way or another. It's hard to imagine the America First agenda getting much traction while you still have a Mitch McConnell running the Republican conference in the Senate, and the 21 other senators just like him that voted for this foreign aid package. I mean, if you think about it, we have 49 Republican senators, 21 of them, 21 of them
Have no
are,
problem selling us out.
yeah, working against America. Um, that's not good numbers, especially when you have 51 Democrats essentially also working to sell the United States out. I don't like those odds. It's over 70 of your 100 senators that are complete and total trash bags, working for special or foreign interests, the military industrial complex, or God knows what else. So I agree, like, let them continue exposing themselves, but at some point, the America First movement needs to figure out how to win, first of all, primaries against these people, and then figure out how to do the groundwork to win these statewide elections. It's one thing to win a House seat, where you're focusing on one district. You don't necessarily need the massive funding and the TV ads and all of that stuff that you need in a statewide election, like for Senate. But at some point, we need to figure out how to overcome these gatekeepers that hold on to the Senate right now, because as long as that's, like I said, as long as that Senate is owned by Mitch McConnell, or the Republican Senate is led by Mitch McConnell, I don't see a lot of the America First agenda really making much progress. So he's a problem. He needs to be dealt with politically. It's not a call for violence or anything to anyone out there listening that might want to take my words out of context, but it's really disgusting the way that they're consistently trying to sell us out, and again, kneecapping any effort to use our leverage that we have to get these things done. Tucker Carlson had Senator J.D. Vance on for a short segment here talking about this topic as well. I haven't had a chance to listen to this whole thing, but I thought we could, it's only 7 minutes long. I thought it was something that we could play and listen to together. So here we go.
Very clear to anyone paying attention several months ago that Ukraine cannot win its war against Russia. The Ukrainian military will not be able, even with Western backing, hundreds of billions of dollars of it, to expel the Russian military from parts of eastern Ukraine. Ukraine doesn't have the industrial capacity, neither does NATO or the United States, and it doesn't have the people. Russia has 100 million more in population than Ukraine does. And that means that further support from the West for the Ukrainian military only means more dead Ukrainians and a further degraded Western economy in the US and in Germany particularly. So it's not simply a fool's errand, it's self-destruction. It's insane, it's cruel, it's abetting the killing of an entire generation of Ukrainians. This is very obvious. No honest person at this point will deny it. And yet somehow the United States Senate, which is always several years behind reality in its perceptions, just a few weeks ago decided to send another $60 billion to the Ukrainian government, which is both corrupt and authoritarian. They've canceled elections, they banned an entire Christian denomination, and then they killed an American journalist for noting any of this. And yet, the United States Senate proposed, under Mitch McConnell, a plan to send another $60 billion to Ukraine. Well, imagine the surprise of all rational people around the world to wake up this morning and discover this could actually happen. And so with that in mind, we thought it'd be worth talking to one of the very few Republican senators who's bothered to make the counter case. And that would be J.D. Vance of Ohio, who joins us now from the United States. Senator, thanks so much for coming on. If you wouldn't mind telling us where this legislation is right now, what you expect to happen, and what you think should happen.
Yeah, Tucker, so there are two big things that will happen here. So tonight we will clear a major procedural vote, or we won't. So this is really the best opportunity tonight to kill this legislation. Encourage everybody to do everything that they can, contact everyone they can to ensure that we actually do kill the legislation. It is very close. The Democrats have banded together with 17 Republicans. We only need 8 of those Republicans to flip their vote to kill this thing. And I think that we'll get at least one who will, in fact, flip their vote. So that's where it sits in the Senate. The second thing, and frankly, the best opportunity we have to kill this is in the House. And that's part of what I'm trying to do is notify people about how bad this legislation is so that after it clears the Senate, if it does, then it goes to the House and the House has a real opportunity to at least make it better, but hopefully kill it. And I want to say just a couple of things here, Tucker, that are extremely important to know about this legislation. Number one is that it sends $61 billion to Ukraine to fund, as you said, a hopeless war in Eastern Europe. It will decimate the Ukrainian population even more than it's already been decimated. So it's a terrible, terrible piece of legislation on the policy. The second thing I want to say, Tucker, though, is that it doesn't just fund Ukraine in 2024. And this is the most important point. It actually funds Ukraine in 25 and 26. Now, what's the problem with that? Say, for example, that we have a new president in 2025. That president would be handcuffed by the promises that we are making in law to Ukraine today. If you go back to 2019, Tucker, to try to give you a sense of why this matters. In 2019, the U.S. House impeached then President Donald Trump on the theory that they had appropriated money to Ukraine and Donald Trump refused to send it to Ukraine. So if Trump is elected president again and become president on January of 2025, he will conduct diplomacy. And if that diplomacy does not include sending additional billions to Ukraine, there is a theoretical argument, a predicate, if you will, for impeaching Donald Trump because they have tried to tie his hands. And the final point I'll make on this, Tucker, is that the Washington Post has already said, based on leaks from inside the intel community, the purpose of this legislation is to tie a future President Trump's hands. We're not just sending billions to Ukraine in 2024. We're trying to make it impossible for the next president to conduct diplomacy on his terms. It's anti-democratic, and it will lead to endless war all over the world.
So the political calculation behind this seems incredibly dark. So does the humanitarian effect. I noticed that no one on Capitol Hill seems interested in finding out how many have died in this war. Reliable estimates in the area, these are not partisan, are that about 400,000 Ukrainians have died. That's about as many Americans as died in the entire Second World War over the entire duration. and it's, of course, a much smaller country. So how do senators, Republican senators, get away with saying we're doing this on behalf of the Ukrainian people, on behalf of democracy, when it's destroying an entire generation and it's not a democracy? Like, what's the thinking here?
Well, Tucker, they bought into the propaganda that what is in the best interest of Ukraine is to prolong this war. And so Zelensky comes to Washington. He's tougher than a lot of them are. And I think they get, a little bit of excitement from that. And Zelensky tells them a story that his war is in the best interest of the whole of Ukraine. Now, never mind that there are people within Ukraine protesting the draft. Never mind that the average age of a soldier there is pushing 45 years old. And never mind that the 650,000 wealthiest Ukrainians left the country at the beginning of the war. They didn't stay and fight. So the idea that this is unanimously supported by the Ukrainian population is, of course, preposterous and absurd. No one believes it. But here's the really crazy, and I think ultimately the very cynical thing that's going on, Tucker, is that everyone knows that this war will lead to the destruction of Ukraine. I've had conversations with Democratic colleagues where they get this sort of dark look in their eyes, and they say effectively that they want to fight Russia to the last Ukrainian drop of blood. I think if you really ask these guys, they recognize that this is not in the best interest of Ukraine. This is fundamentally in the interests of military contractors and people who think that America's most pressing challenge is to defeat the Russians. Of course, that's not a preoccupation that I share. I don't think Russia should have invaded, Tucker, but I also think that we got to be much more focused on more pressing problems like the demographic collapse of the United States, like the open borders, and like what's going on in East Asia. So it's a massive campaign, Tucker, to distract people from the real problems in the world and the real problems that exist in this country.
And underlying it all, as you just said, is an impulse that's indefensible and I think deeply immoral. So I'm so grateful for you having the courage to talk about this in public, and I hope common sense in your position prevails. Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio, thank you.
All right, so there's J.D. Vance talking about these bills as well. And again, there's that spin, Tien, that you're not necessarily a fan of how the law could be used against the next president. But nonetheless, I think it's important to understand the way these people think and the way they try to put these things into these bills to, at least attempt to lessen the power of of the incoming president, which we all believe is going to be Donald J. Trump. Any thoughts on the clip there with Tucker Carlson and J.D. Vance, guys?
Not much. They pretty much laid it all out. I mean, bro, if people can't see this at this point, my God, man, it's like how lost you have to be. I was saying it earlier on stream today. I was at the gym and they had them muted. Obviously, all the TVs there are muted, but they throw Biden up there, and I'm just looking at this guy. I'm like, bro, how could anyone stand by this? Like, how can anyone look at that and be like, yeah, it's my guy right there. Thank God it's not Trump. Am I right? Like, bro, you gotta be a special kind of special at this point, man. I get it in 2020. It wasn't even acceptable then, but I at least understand like the dynamics behind it. But now, bro, come on, man. We're seeing corruption on such a large scale from every single angle, man. And now it's all coming out about how they put this whole thing together to try to take Trump out in 2016. All the proof is starting to mount. It's insane, dude. And people are bad actors or dishonest, disingenuous when they stand by this garbage, man. I don't understand how anyone could do that in good faith unless you're literally possessed.
Yeah. All right, on, man. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what ends up happening with this foreign aid package. They're going to do everything they can to pass it. They're so desperate to continue this sending money to the Ukraine. I know there's a lot of rhinos in the House that would love to vote for this thing if they weren't scared of the political implications of it. So we'll see if they can get, the 3 or 4 that they're going to need to work around Mike Johnson and his refusal to bring it to the floor. So something definitely to keep an eye on, there. All right, let's move on from there. The big news last night was Mayorkas was impeached. Tian, I bet you were pretty excited to see that, weren't you? Do we lose Tien?
He's muted. He might have stepped away.
Yeah, he must have had to step away for something because
He's still here. He's still in the Zoom, but yeah, I think he probably stepped away.
I don't see if he texted me or said anything in our chat. Hold on one second. Nope. Oh, well, hopefully everything's all right with Tien. Well, I'm sure he'll pop in eventually here. But yeah, so the House impeached Mayorkas. What's next? So last night, if you guys didn't see it, Steve Scalise was back in Washington, or at least back in the Capitol building. So they reheld the vote to impeach Mayorkas. If you guys recall, I think it was last week. Was it last week or the week before? I don't remember, but they impeached. They tried to impeach Mayorkas. You had 3 Republicans basically vote with the Democrats to make it a tie. Then you had a 4th Republican vote with the Democrats to basically make it possible to try the vote again at a later date. So they did that yesterday, and it passed by one vote to impeach Mayorkas. I believe the first cabinet level impeachment I can't remember how long it's been, if it's even ever happened before. Do you remember, Severe? They were throwing out that number, if it was like 100 and some years, or maybe the first one ever. Do you happen to recall what?
I think this was the first time ever. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first instance of that.
Yeah. So anyway, they successfully impeached him. So the question is, what comes next? So on February 13th, House Republicans succeeded in their second attempt to impeach Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The House adopted articles of impeachment against the embattled DHS chief in response to allegations that his policies are directly responsible for the crisis at the southern border. The vote was purely party line, passing by a thin margin of 214 to 213. 3 Republicans, Representatives Mike Gallagher, Tom McClintock, and Ken Buck, voted against the measure. After the vote, Rep. Tory Nels told the Epoch Times that the impeachment was a beautiful thing and long overdue. Yeah, no kidding. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of the most outspoken proponents of impeachment, was also thrilled with the outcome. Quote, well, it's definitely a historic day. Impeaching Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, Ms. Greene told reporters on the Capitol steps following the vote. I'm very thankful to our Republican conference for finally working together and standing with the American people to send the message to the Biden administration that it's our border that matters, not other countries' borders. Our border matters. The House vote to impeach Department of Homeland Security chief means that the issue will now head to the Senate for further litigation. But with the Senate held by Democrats who unanimously opposed the measure in the House, it seems overwhelmingly likely that Mr. Mayorkas will be acquitted of the charges in the upper chamber if they're considered there at all. Here's what could happen with Mr. Mayorkas' articles of impeachment in the coming weeks. Senate trial. The most recognizable reaction to articles of impeachment would be a trial in the U.S. Senate. Impeachment is deeply integrated into the U.S. Constitution as a key prerogative of Congress. Under the constitutional regime, those impeached by the House face trial in the Senate, where a supermajority of members have to agree that a removable offense has been committed to boot an executive or judicial officer out of their post. If the Senate were to go this route, the allegations against Mr. Mayorkas would be read, considered, and debated by members of the upper chamber. If after the process, 2/3 agreed Mr. Mayorkas had committed a removable offense, he would be removed from office. The last time a member of the presidential cabinet was impeached came in the 1870s. However, those articles of impeachment never came to the Senate for a trial after their target resigned. Likewise, former President Richard Nixon also chose to resign rather than become the first president removed from office by the Senate. Former presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump did face trial in the Senate, but were ultimately acquitted. In this case, the House majority would send members over to make the House's best argument for impeachment. Ms. Greene would be among the House impeachment managers for Mr. Mayorkas' Senate trial. If the charges against Mr. Mayorkas do come to the Senate floor for a formal trial, he will almost certainly be acquitted due to universal Democratic opposition to his removal from office. Even Senator Joe Manchin, the most conservative member of the Democrat Senate caucus, has expressed opposition. Some Republicans, too, including Senators Mitt Romney, go figure, James Lankford, of course, have expressed opposition, calling the impeachment articles dead on arrival in the upper chamber. Sidestepping the issue, facing bleak prospects in the Senate, and with many senators far from enthusiastic about touching the thorny issue, the Senate could sidestep the issue altogether. There are a few procedural ways they could do this. First and simplest, an opponent of the measure could simply offer a motion to dismiss the charges. Senate rules on impeachment leave the Senate with a great deal of latitude in how it conducts impeachment trials. Such a motion would only need a simple majority of senators to pass. A simple majority it would be all but certain to receive. On the other hand, Democrats could be less than enthusiastic to take this approach, as it could indicate indifference to the border issue, which has become a top priority for voters in recent months. Alternatively, Democrats could raise a point of order against the charges. That was the avenue taken by Senator Rand Paul during President Trump's second impeachment trial. On that occasion, Mr. Paul raised the point that President Trump, no longer being in the office at the time, could not be removed from office, making the proceedings moot. The Senate ultimately rejected Mr. Paul's bid last time, however. Finally, Democrats could seek to move the motion to a committee for consideration, preserving the appearance of taking the matter seriously while avoiding the showmanship of a high-profile trial on the Senate floor. In any case, it's likely Democrats will seek to table the matter quietly. Should the trial happen, it's all but certain to end in Mr. Mayorkas's acquittal. So this is interesting here. I didn't know that. I thought that they had to hold a trial if the House impeached. I thought the Senate was forced to hold a trial. I thought that was the rules laid out by the Constitution. I guess not. So my question then is, why the hell didn't the Senate, when it was held by Republicans during the first Trump impeachment, why didn't they just table it? Or just, put a motion to dismiss it then when they had the majority? That's crazy. If that was
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, why?
Yeah, it's a really good question.
Yeah, I had no idea that was a possibility. Did you know that, Severe, that they could just vote and without a trial and just say, yeah, no, we're not going to do this?
I did not. No. Nope.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy. That is crazy, dude. It really makes it, well, yeah, it makes you question exactly why that did not happen or what you're asking. It's insane, man.
Yeah. Now the article speaks to how it could look bad politically for the Democrats if they refuse to take this seriously, because the border is such a hot button issue for the country right now. Do you agree with that? Do you think that it would, like, we know there are like those crazy Democrats that are going to always vote Democrat no matter what, but to like the independents and the more moderate sides of both parties, do you think the optics of that would be harmful, and would it matter
Yes.
this far away from the election, do you think?
Yes, to both. Only because there's a groundswell right now of resentment for what we're seeing happen at the border. And that's not just from people on the right, dude. I talk about this pretty often. I show clips all the time on my stream of peeps in the inner city that voted for this. You know what I mean? That were like, yeah, great, sanctuary city. And they're watching everything completely fall apart. And they're calling it out now as well. And they're like, listen, man, unless you stand against this, we're not voting you people back in, man. It's not gonna happen, dude. It's a very hot button topic right now, especially in huge liberal cities. That's where we're seeing the most impact, the most damage. And yeah, I think absolutely anybody that's like, yeah, no, we're just gonna be completely lax on this. Hey, listen, chill, dude. It's not a big deal, man. We're gonna take it down from 10,000 people a day to 5,000. We're doing God's work for you. And it's like, bro, nah, people ain't having that. You know what I mean? It's not happening, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think with all the crime you're seeing too, it's really hitting hard, right? You have that guy beating up New York Police Department officer. Yeah, and getting out on bail, flipping off the cameras. I mean, there's a serious problem in Massachusetts now. They're trying to get people to take them into their homes. You seeing this? Like,
dude, I saw that. Did you see that liberal couple? Bro,
no, what happened?
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see if where did I all right, I'll find it and I'll post it in the chat.
Yeah, you share your screen too. Like if you find it, you can just bring it up also if you want.
Bro, holy shit, man. Damn, let me see if I could find this real quick, man.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk to the peeps for a second, man. But I'm gonna say what you were gonna say, but I have an actual clip of this family that it's literally at this point, it's an indentured servitude kind of thing. These people are happy. They're the couple that I'm gonna pull up. The woman's like, oh, it's great having them here. It's like having my own personal chef. And it's like, bro, this is literal, like actual like slavery kind of shit that they've always stood for. This is what is their bread and butter. They love this shit. So watching it happen again, watching history just repeat itself, and they're out in the open saying this, and so completely out of touch and oblivious to understand what the optics of that actually look like, bro. It's absolutely insane, man. Hold on, I'll find the clip, man.
For sure.
I'm trying to think of where I posted. It might even be on my TikTok or something, man.
Yeah, you're good. Tien, are you all right, man? I'm worried about Tien Homesteader here. We're talking impeaching Mayorkas, and the man is silent. Something must be seriously
That's
serious.
weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, what,
No, I'm all right.
Oh,
there we go.
Have you been here this time?
It's a lot of stuff going on, and it's just watching it all go by.
Because the link's in the chat. Over on Foxhole.
I got it. So what's up, Tien? Lots going on.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying a lot to watch and observe. They're going around in circles. Mayorkas, we'll see what happens at the Senate. The trial will be interesting to see how much is shown.
Well, Tien, my question to you, because you understand the Constitution even better than I do. Are they not forced to take this up to trial? The article we just read said the Senate could dismiss it with a simple majority vote. They could send it to a committee and just have the committee deal with it. They could file a motion.
Yeah, because it's not a presidential impeachment, but the first thing that Johnson has to walk them over, carry them over to the Senate. Hasn't done that yet. Then the first thing that has to done is the Senate has to convene a group to take up the articles. Yes, they can review the evidence and dismiss it at hand there, unlike a presidential one. But excuse me, that's going to be interesting to see what happens, and that's going to show you a lot. Right now, it's going to be interesting because the Senate is in hot water. First with the fiasco, the bill that got rejected, and now the fiasco of the just basically giving money that we don't have away to in essence a dead end situation.
Yeah.
And then for Biden to come out and basically says, "Oh, not to worry," he says, "We're not sending money to Ukraine. We're just sending money to the military-industrial complex to backfill what we gave to Ukraine." It's like, dude, you just outlined laundering. I mean, I don't know if he even realized that what he actually did is we're just laundered your money. And people see it.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, right now I'm glad that they impeached him. I'm disappointed on the way it happened, which gives a little bit of hope, but it should have been done earlier, of course. But the reality is, don't expect anything from government. Take whatever you get, but don't expect anything that come your way. Period.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so I was bringing up, how the optics of all of this with the crime, and now they're asking people, citizens, to take these illegals into their homes. And Severe just dropped the link. We'll
Yep.
play that in a second. It sounds like it's people that are more open and willing to doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the Third Amendment comes to mind, right? So it says no soldier in time of peace be quartered in any house without consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Is this applicable when it comes to this invasion? Like, could you see them trying to make it law or forcing people to take these people in?
I can see them trying, but I don't think it would. They would be in absolute desperation. Right now, they're basically doing it on volunteer. And under volunteer aspect, the Third Amendment doesn't apply.
Right.
Okay? But if they come around and basically mandate it, yeah, then it's basically the government forcing you to quarter foreign nationals. That could be viewed as what the Third Amendment is. This is where SCOTUS would then come in immediately.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would think that there's some kind of parallel there, or some kind of argument to be made on the Third Amendment if they did try to do that.
Yeah, the issue is the the interpretation of military, right, or an invading force. So that's where it would come in from the strictest sense of the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't going to end pretty, one way or the other, because Trump comes in, goes for mass deportation. It isn't going to end pretty at all.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely going to be tumultuous, for sure. I want to play this video. So we'll do this video that Severe put in, and then what we're going to do is go to our halfway or the half show break, where we'll go exclusively onto pilled.net for the second half, and then I see Drunk Pinata jumping into the chat. We'll welcome him in the second half, see what he's got going on. Oh, Severe, you got a dip in like a few minutes here?
Yeah, at 5 o'clock tonight, man. I totally forgot to give you the heads up earlier, man. But yeah, I'll be here for the next like 10 minutes though.
Okay, cool. Well, let's do this video then. And
this is wild, bro. Dude, it's crazy, man.
Story you'll only see here on NBC 10 Boston. A migrant family from Haiti is sharing their experience searching for shelter in the Boston area, and then recently found a host home in Brookline.
Sorry, guys.
And now they're looking for jobs.
I don't have a TikTok. Continue as guest. Okay. Jesus. All right. Here we go.
Story you'll only see here on NBC 10 Boston. A migrant family from Haiti is sharing their experience. They're searching for shelter in the Boston area, and then recently found a host home in Brookline. And now they're looking for jobs. As NBC 10's Aaron Logan reports, they say these last few weeks have been life-changing. And
it's been an emotional few weeks for Wildande Joseph and her husband. First, sleeping on the floor at Logan Airport. Then in Children's Hospital with their 2-year-old daughter who got very sick. She felt bad, as any mother would. Now things are looking much brighter as they've been welcomed into Lisa Hillenbrand's Brookline apartment.
Tu niña es muy alegre ahora.
Sí, muy alegre. Cuando se levanta En la mañana se dice, ay, Lisa. Ay, Lisa.
She says her daughter is very happy. When she wakes up in the morning, she says, hi, Lisa, and everyone starts the day smiling.
It's a delight, and it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking.
¿Te gusta la ocupación?
Sí.
In fact, her goal is to open up her own restaurant.
Quiero tener mi propio restaurante.
The couple has their work permits and they've been taking English classes.
Yo cualquier trabajo va a hacer para guardar mi dinero para hacer mi futuro.
They're open to work anywhere to save money for their future. In the meantime, they're enjoying their time with Lisa, their new friend for life, and their daughter's new grandmother.
Se abuela mi niña.
They are hardworking. They want to learn. They want to be successful. And I feel great helping, and I get to understand the refugee crisis from the inside.
Lisa says she's so impressed by the number of people she's met right here at Brookline Town Hall meetings who've been stepping up and hosting families. She's hopeful more will do the same in the coming days and weeks. In Brookline, Erin Logan, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, the need for more migrant
Let's see.
shelters in Massachusetts is something we've been following really closely. You can find more information about this and find out how you can actually help on our website, NBC10Boston.com.
Wow.
Bro. It's too much, dude.
I just, you just see so many ways in where this goes tragically wrong, right?
And plus, a side note, they kept saying these are Haitians. No, they're not. They were absolutely speaking Spanish. I could understand half of what they were saying. And yeah, no, if anything, I would say they were probably Dominican. I don't know why they are pushing this like Haitian, Haiti like narrative thing. It's very strange though. Those people were not Haitian.
Haitians speak French
or Creole.
Yeah, but just across the border on the same island, Española is the Dominican Republic, and they speak Spanish.
Yes. It's just very odd that they're like Haiti, Haitian. They're Haitian.
Yeah.
Haitian forgot they're Haitian. It's like
they have to,
bro.
They have to push.
Well, what is the one verboten and race that they push? What's the one thing you can't be that's really, really bad?
White.
Exactly. So everything else is the same. That's the way they see it. They don't see the ethnicity. They just see it's different than the thing that they're supposed to hate. So they don't care what it's called. They don't put enough thought into it.
That's a good point.
Well,
yeah.
I can't wait until they're, I can't say this because I don't have the fact on this particular case, but I get the feeling that they're cherry picking.
You
to
think?
promote.
You think?
Well, I mean, it's possible that it's possible that the first few, right, that are doing this are people that are, let's say, honorable, right? But I can't wait until something happens where you get one of these males that things go, as you were saying, horribly wrong. I hate to think that way, but it's inevitable if you get the numbers up there.
I agree, Tien. It could go tragically wrong, given the wrong situation, the wrong person. We don't know how well these people are vetted before they're sent into their homes. There's
and it could be the home that they're sent to as well.
Oh, that's another good point too. It could really be on either side of the equation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no.
Particularly with children. We know there's enough freakos in this country as it is.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we know that these sanctuary cities are already strapped for resources. So they're not going to be putting the right amount of resources into vetting and making sure these situations don't have the potential to end up in a really, really bad place.
Right.
All right. So we have to go to break and go go exclusively onto pilled.net. Severe, I know you got to go. Why don't you go ahead and dismount, tell people where they can find you next, and anything else you want to say today, man?
Absolutely. It was good tapping in while I could on a random Wednesday. It was nice being here. It always is, man. Appreciate you guys. Keep on crushing out there. And thank you to everyone in the chat, all the love out there. Appreciate you guys as well. I will be live tonight, 9:00 p.m. over on my side of things, East Coast time, that is. So make sure y'all are there, man. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. As always, quality over quantity. And yeah, spread the word. It's always good to see the fam out there. And I see a lot of peeps I haven't seen in a while. So make sure you make your way back over. Don't be strangers. And much love to everyone out there, man. And keep crushing, fellas, for sure, man. Great show as always.
Right on, man. Thanks, Severe. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Yes, sir. Peace,
right.
guys.
There he goes. Severe Non. Go check him out, guys. He is constantly streaming and always having a good time over on his channel. Every once in a while, I stop by and pop in to his panel and hang out for a while when I can. So you never know. You never know who's going to pop in and be there. But it is time for us to move exclusively to pilled.net. Those of you guys watching on Rumble, DLive, Odyssey, Cloud Hub, and YouTube, please find us over on Pilled. The link is in the Rumble description. I'll put it in the chat as well for you guys. I'll put it in the DLive chat too. Really appreciate you guys who do make the jump over and continue hanging out with us in the second half. If not, no hard feelings. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time for Taking It Back with Frankie Val and Zach Payne. But in the meantime, let's do this little video and we'll catch you guys on the other side.
Pilled.net is proud to host 412 Productions exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pilled.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family, and if you have any questions at all, please email support@Pilled.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pilled.net. Free speech lives here.
All right, here we go. All right, guys. Again, welcome back and thank you, everybody, continuing to watch with us over on Pilled.net. One last chance for you guys on the other platforms to jump over before I shut them all down. Again, the link is in the live chat on Rumble. It's in the video description as well. It's in the live chat over on DLive as well, also. So please come find us if you want. You could also just put Pilled.net. Very simple, Pilled.net into your browser. If you're on desktop, you'll see our channel on the left-hand side with all the other live channels on mobile or up at the top. All of them have their little thumbnails at the top where that black and gold American flag up there. You click on it, it brings you right on in to the stream. So please come and join us for the second half of the show. Again, if not, no worries. We will be back at 4 o'clock tomorrow for Taking It Back. That entire broadcast, the full hour, is across all platforms and syndicated by our friends over on Badlands Media. So if we don't see you here in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. But this is where we say goodbye to those other platforms. So we'll see you guys on the flip side.